5 minutes away from one of the most hotly anticipated quarterly reports of the season. Tesla. The electric vehicle maker stock speeding this year. Tesla now the reigning MVP of the auto industry when it comes to market cap. It's closing in on a massive $300 billion valuation. And if CEO Elon Musk's clean powerhouse turns a profit this quarter, it could be the ticket to doing the electric slide into the S&P 500. Why is Tesla stock such a polarizing investment? People either love it or hate it and want it to fail. We have a bull-bear battle royale. Our bull, Gerber Kawasaki CEO Ross Gerber, who comes to us live from his Tesla, and our bear, Miller Tabak chief market strategist, Matthew Maley. I'll start with Ross Gerber first, who's, I thought you were live in a Tesla Model Y. That's a 3. What happened?
You know, we have 3 of them at the company. The 2 guys are working from home with the Model Y, but my wife wouldn't give it up today. You know, I thought I would just sneak it out from under her. But, you know, she's come to love the car and just, you know, she's an ICE car driver and has never really driven my Tesla because she's like scared of the technology and she loves it.
So she knows who wears the pants in the family. She gets to take whichever car she wants. Are they going to do it? Are they going to have a profit this time around? Because to make it into the S&P 500, there are a bunch of check marks that they've got to kind of hit, and they've made 3 out of the 4.
I mean, I think they hit it because, you know, basically they just delivered high margin, you know, Model Ys, you know, kind of like what they did with the Model 3 when it was launched. When I got this Model 3, I was one of the first buyers. And by having to pay cash for the car, and then the fact that the car is also the performance version, it has the highest margin. So they delivered the really high margin cars this quarter. And I think that's what pushes them over the edge, along with the credits that they get as well. So I think that's really the advantage Tesla has right now.
Matthew, what's not to love? Ross is such a fan. You are very concerned about this company, this stock. What is at the heart of your questions?
Well, first I want to say I'm not one of those perma bears by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, last spring, or it was last June, the stock got down below 200. I said if it gets below 190, buy it with both hands, and that worked out very well. My concern more is just with the valuation and, you know, some of the technical aspects, because even when a company, and we've seen it many times in the past, even when a company goes on to change the world, and we see it with Microsoft, Apple, one of maybe the best examples, Amazon, they still sometimes get to levels that are so stretched in terms of valuation, so stretched in terms of technical analysis, getting so overbought that they have nowhere to go but pull back. And, you know, so if it was just 10 to 15%, who would care? But usually when they reach the kind of levels that Tesla has reached right now, those can be much bigger, anywhere from 40 to 50%. And therefore, those who trade around their positions, not trying to time the market so much, is trade around the position a little bit, they can really enhance their returns quite dramatically.
What do you say to that, Ross? It has had quite an unbelievable run-up.
You know, as a beneficiary of it, yeah, you're right. And we've sold some Tesla here, to be honest, and that's mostly because it's about twice what our price target is, and it has nothing to do. See, this stock market doesn't make any sense. So the fact that Tesla's valuation doesn't make sense is just as nonsensical as the entire market's valuation. So Tesla's just a symptom of the overall, you know, market being incredibly overvalued for what's happening in the world right now. But, you know, we can't change that. But what we do know is that Tesla is one of the most exciting, innovative companies in the world that's dominating several industries. And we've known this the whole time, but now it's all coming together and their competitors are just getting murdered. So the premium is very steep for Tesla, but, you know, maybe it's warranted.
Matt, you were spot on when you said if it plumbs around $200 a share, pick it up. It was a very smart call. What do you need to see it fall to again before you would say scoop up Tesla once again?
Well, I mean, to really want to scoop up aggressively, I guess my point is I think this stock could fall quite dramatically. It wouldn't surprise me if it dropped below $1,000 before the end of the year at some point. Doesn't mean it will close the end of the year that way, but we've just seen so many times. If you look at Amazon, when it was at kind of the same stage of its progression back in the late 1990s, it saw 3 or 4 declines. I'm sorry, 7 declines in the late 1990s of anywhere from 30 to 50%. You can't times seven times, but the 3 times it got as overvalued as Tesla, as overbought as Tesla is now, with its weekly RSI up near 90 and over a 300% premium to its 200-day moving average. Those are good times to take some chips off the table. I say all of it, trade around a position and look for it to come back down. But I think it could easily fall 25 to 30%. It could even fall as far as $1,000.
One of the oldest tricks in the book: take some profits. Don't get greedy.
Yeah.
Before we go, Ross, what color? You know, they don't offer the navy blue sparkly thing that I used to love that color. What color are you in right now? Can you show us?
My car, is black, and interior red, exterior. It's a wonderful car. The Model Y is the perfect Tesla, I have to say. They've done an amazing job. But the real amazing thing about Tesla and why the valuation is so high is really what I'm going to show you now is the autopilot and what's happening with full self-driving. That's where there's enormous upside potential for Tesla.